mothers that can take a drug and keep their kids from being born with AIDS. It takes 17 cents to keep a day of life. That's 1 day of drugs that a mother can take to prevent her child from getting a disease from her at birth. So 99 cents all of a sudden feels like a lot, you know? It's not. If 17 cents is a day of life, then 99 cents is not too much to pay for a song, right? So the question then was, how can we extend that? We need to be able to have tangible things that we can do. So Tom's Shoes is one way that we can begin to help. If poverty and AIDS are all working together, then we need to be helping people get out of poverty and getting them the tools. Every second pair to a child in poverty, buy a pair of Tom's Shoes, they donate to poverty, 1 for 1. And you can get them at the show. You can get them at the show at the merchandise booth. In fact, we're actually about to run out of them because we've sold, with Tom's, we helped them reach their goal of 50,000 pairs of shoes. Literally tomorrow we get on a plane and we go to Africa to help deliver those shoes one at a time. So many of you guys have already been a part of making possible to get those shoes delivered and given to kids that need them. And the thing is, this doesn't end with, you know, us deciding to walk. This starts today. When we begin to look at the things we do, the things we buy, the jobs we take, what are the ideas that we all have that we're going to use to impact the world around us?
And just like the mission of reaching 50,000 pairs of shoes, just because we reach the mission of 50,000 pairs of shoes doesn't make it go away. It's only the beginning. You know, Taylor's going in the right direction because also remember the ideas are what matter. You know, 18 months ago Tom's Shoes didn't exist. 18 months ago 50,000 kids were not going to receive shoes. And that idea started with an idea of, wow, if I started a shoe company, I bet I could give away 250 pairs of shoes. Now, to date, Tom's Shoes, in addition to 50,000 that they're giving away right now, they've also given an additional 10,000 away in the last 16 months. That's a total of 60,000 people who have a pair of shoes. And it's people like you guys that can help to make that number grow exponentially. And it's because of people like you guys that ideas like Tom's Shoes are only the beginning. What's the next idea? What's the next mission? Because there are 14 million kids in Africa right now who do not have families because of AIDS. It is expected to be 25 million in only 3 more years. That is almost doubling in 3 years. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. More than 2/3 of the deaths from AIDS and HIV in the world happen in sub-Saharan Africa. That's why Africa and AIDS matters. It's not that there are not issues in our own community that matter. They do matter. But maybe by us looking around the world at the biggest issues in the world, we can then realize that not only can we tackle those issues, but we can then look at ourselves and say, what else can we do every day in our own communities as well? It's empowering ourselves one by one to do things that really matter. And we can take these just basic steps every day, and we can make our own lives better by helping other people's lives. So be encouraged, guys. We're making a difference right now. Someone else asked me in Nevada, and this will be our last point, and then we will continue our mission of walking the rest of this mile. Someone asked me in Nevada when we were walking in Las Vegas on the Strip, she said, what's the deal? What can I do? I'm an educator. I'm a high school teacher. What can I do to engage my kids on these kinds of issues? And I said, well, what are you doing right now? She said, well, I'm walking. I said, exactly. I said, you're taking the first step. The idea is we need to focus on ourselves first. We need to ask ourselves, what are we doing? By us doing things as individuals, other people will ask us, well, why are you doing that? Well, what are you doing? What's the reason for what you're doing? And then you say, well, this, that, AIDS, Africa, poverty. We're dealing with the largest issues in the world. Nelson Mandela recently said at Live 8, he said, I believe sometimes it falls upon a generation to be great. I believe he's talking about us. Woo! And I believe we need to answer that call. So let's walk together, guys. Be encouraged. We are doing something significant today. This is just the beginning. Let's finish our